Most students want to take their summers off. There are some situations where it makes sense to utilize summer for taking some extra credits for college. Maybe your student needs some extra credits in order to meet a requirement for financial aid. Maybe they need to bring up their GPA. Maybe they unfortunately failed a class and need to retake it. There's many reasons that a student can take summer classes. While this might seem like it's just something that your family has to pay cash for, that's simply not the case. In fact, there are lots of opportunities to receive money to help pay for those summer classes. So in this video, I want to share with you multiple ways that your student can get their summer classes paid for. Now, don't forget to hit subscribe because every single week we give you a strategy on how to get your student through college with as little debt as possible. In fact, that is what we do at the Scholarship System. Hello, my name is Jocelyn Pearson, founder of the Scholarship System, where we redefine paying for college to help families avoid decades of student loan debt. We primarily do this through scholarships. However, there's so many strategies that we can use in combination with scholarships, including getting free summer classes that might even be more affordable or completely paid for based on the tactics I'm about to share with you. So again, why would we want to have our student take summer classes? Well, this might have many reasons. One might be that your student wants to graduate sooner. Maybe they want to save on an entire school year of tuition, room, board, fees, parking, etc. And so they want to cut out an entire year. So maybe taking a few summer classes each summer can help them do that. Another reason might be, again, that your student might have failed a class, they need to retake it, or maybe their GPA is borderline for losing financial aid and they want to boost it. The other thing is that taking summer classes can oftentimes be more affordable than taking classes in the main semester, or your student might be able to take them through a local community college and transfer them back to their main university. This is actually something that I did. I needed a history class, but my next school year was going to be just way too full for me to fit it in. And so I went to a local community college when I was home for summer, and actually I took it online through them, but I got it pre-approved by my main university so that I knew it would transfer once I went back in the fall. So I paid a fraction of the cost for that class, and I was able to just do it from home over the summer online. And I also made sure that the credits would transfer. So there's lots of reasons why we would do this and how we can make summer classes work for us. Now, comment below, is your student considering summer classes? And if so, why? There might be reasons that I didn't even think about. So please share in the comments below. Now, when it comes to receiving money for these classes, FAFSA is one of your first lines of defense. We say that with all of different strategies when it comes to paying for college. Now, in the past, students could not use Pell Grants to cover summer classes. However, that changed in 2017. So you want to make sure that your student checks with their financial aid office to see what money is available to them. Now, if they are enrolled in spring and fall semester and they received the full amount of the Pell Grant in those 2 semesters, they might not be eligible. But if they did not hit the cap per year, then they might be able to get some extra money for that summer. So say, for example, they received $1,500 per semester during the fall and spring semester. They may receive another $1,500 for the summer classes because that still is within the annual amount that the government limits to students. Now, I'm going to link to a video that I created on Pell Grant mistakes, things that you want to make sure your family avoids so that you don't ruin your students' chances of receiving that Pell Grant money. So make sure you check that out. Now, another type of funding that's available in addition to Pell Grant is work study. So this is also something that's given through submitting FAFSA, but this is where your student can work for a little bit of funding to help pay for their classes. So this is a great opportunity to not only make money, but also maybe some connections and networking and experience at the university itself. Some states even provide funding for students in college, and then there's also institutional grants that might be available through the specific university. So there's lots of different types of money, but you want to make sure that your student is submitting FAFSA so that they do get access to that money to help pay for their summer classes. Now, of course, my favorite method outside of this are scholarships. Some scholarships will allow students to use that funding for their summer classes. I'm going to link to a free training below in the description, or you can go to thescholarshipsystem.com/free free training, and check out that training on how to find legitimate outside scholarships that your student can use to pay for their summer classes. So make sure you check out that link in the description. Now, one other option could be a paid internship. In fact, I received a few paid internships over the summers, and so those were able to cover any of those online college classes that I was taking, for example, the one through the community college. So some internships are for credits, some of them are for free, unfortunately, but some of them can be paid and paid well. You'd be quite surprised at some of the internships that students get and how much money they can make. So summers are a great opportunity to take advantage of internships in order to build experience. But again, also they could give some funding in order to help your student pay for those summer classes if they need them. Now, how would receiving this money work? When it comes to paying for summer classes, receiving the funding is going to function just like in the spring and fall semester. So your student will typically receive the money through their portal, through the financial aid office. So they submit FAFSA in the normal fashion. Again, check out the videos. We have an entire FAFSA playlist if you need help with submitting FAFSA. So they submit FAFSA, and then the university will credit any funding that they receive through the government and through the university to their account, and then your student can go in and pay the bill. So this is how it would always work when it comes to FAFSA, unless it's, for example, work study where they'll receive the money, but they do have to work for it. Now, of course, scholarships, they can give the money directly to the student, but typically it's also sent to the university and credited to their account, and then they can use it to pay the bill. And then lastly, internships are typically paid directly to the student. Your student will probably receive either a W-2 to claim on taxes or a 1099 form if they are working as a contractor and the internship is not covering taxes. So the internship way is a little bit more complicated, but it's just like any other job if your student is working throughout college. So we love summer classes. We think they're a great opportunity for students to make up some credit hours or get ahead or pay a fraction of the cost if they go to a community college. This can be a great way to get them through college at a more affordable path. Just you want to make sure that your student is aware of whatever funding they have. You don't want them to run out in the middle of their college experience, and you want to make sure that they take advantage of any of these opportunities, because why pay out of pocket if your student doesn't have to, right? So whether it's aid given through grants or scholarships or even internships, there are options out there, which is the good news. Now make sure you register for that free training so that you can take advantage of the other opportunities that I mentioned. Now make sure you hit subscribe, because every single week I'm releasing a new strategy to help you and your student work towards that debt-free degree. Again, my name is Jocelyn Pearson, founder of the Scholarship System, and I hope to see you in the next video.